men and women armed with red paint mounted a militant protest outside the gates of Downing Street.
Get blood from a rolling stone!
Many disabled people do accept there is scope for reforming the system and certainly for eliminating fraud. But they say cutting benefits will hurt some of the poorest and most vulnerable members of society.
The group here handcuffed themselves to the railings until the police moved in to cut them loose and take them away. The protesters said their anger had driven them here. They say they would welcome reforms that would help them into meaningful employment.
But you can't change a culture by taking away benefits from people. All that does is sink them into poverty, malnutrition, and a hell of segregation and isolation in your own home.
People who are genuinely in need and disabled, of course we are not going to do anything to harm them. On the contrary, we want to do more to help them. But we have to make sure that we reform a system that isn't working in terms of the amount of money we're spending, which is going up and up and up and we're getting less for it, and isn't actually helping those who are in genuine need.
The Prime Minister clearly believes a continuation of the status quo is not an option. Tom Bradby, ITN at Westminster.
British defence workers are celebrating today. The Eurofighter project, for so long in doubt, was formally and finally cleared for takeoff. The agreement between Britain, Germany, Italy and Spain safeguards thousands of jobs. Howell Jones reports.
Production of the Eurofighter is finally getting off the ground, with Britain and 3 European partners committing themselves to making the plane. In Bonn, the Defence Secretary shook hands on the Eurofighter deal. It's Britain's most expensive defence project ever, costing the taxpayer £16 billion.
The test pilots have said that this is the kind of plane that they believe is the plane for the future.
A more secure future for around 80,000 workers in Britain alone.
Well, I'm actually delighted with the news. It's the ultimate Christmas present, if you like, because for a large number of years now we've been lobbying for Eurofighter.
But critics say the Eurofighter programme has consistently put jobs ahead of Britain's real defence needs.
The overriding pressure to carry on with the project once it became so behind schedule was really political. There were so many jobs involved, so much prestige for the European aerospace businesses.
And Eurofighter has an American rival, the Lockheed F-22, more advanced but much more expensive. It's going to be a transatlantic battle for Top Gun with global business to play for. Howell Jones, ITN.
President Clinton made a morale-boosting trip to Bosnia.